Okay, this is take two. I'm having a lot of adventures tonight, and I have a friend, you know who you are, who says that I use that word a lot, and that um, he's not sure that that word means what I think it means, but this is my definition of adventures. So, my phone died today, like my real phone that I'm usually recording things on. It was a Pixel 5a that was so generously gifted to me by someone who was supporting my efforts online, and I appreciate it so much. It lasted a little over a year, and now it's dead completely. I don't know what happened. There was no warning whatsoever. I'm used to, I tend to use phones until they are almost dead. Usually they give signs that they're starting to give up the ghost, charging issues or getting really buggy. And so that's what I'm accustomed to. And this phone had no such indications whatsoever. Not this phone. I'm recording it on a different phone. I had a backup phone. I will get to that soon. But no indications whatsoever that there was any problems. And then the battery was running low, and I knew it was going to run out. I was out and about with Loki, and I knew that, okay, the battery's probably going to die on me, but that's fine. I'll just charge it when I get home. And so it died completely, and then it wouldn't charge. And I tried, 5 different cables and, all these different outlets and, wiggling the thing and holding it in and all the things that you try. And it's just done. Lim tried all the things. We were Googling for solutions. It's completely dead and will not charge whatsoever. Despite charging just fine, having no issues, no loose connections, nothing. So, thankfully, yesterday I had actually imported all of my videos and photos off of it. So I only lost about 24 hours of photos, and I had shown them to Lim right before it died. So, it's I didn't really lose a whole lot. I lost some of my contacts, but, I'll figure it out. And thankfully, I had this phone. So this phone is just this off-brand type of phone, and I got it through the Amazon Vine program. For people who don't know, that's you can't apply for it. Amazon just sends you an invite kind of out of the blue, and you can get some things for free in exchange for a review. Free is kind of depending on your country and your definition of free and your tax bracket, and it's a whole thing. But phones don't come up super often, and they're snatched up really quickly. But thankfully, I was in the right place at the right time with a group that lets people know when there's something. And someone said, "There's a phone," and I thought, let me grab it in case my phone ever dies. And so I tested it out a little bit, I reviewed it, and then it's been gathering dust for about a year. And then now I have something to tide me over for now. I'm not sure if it's going to work out to be my main phone because it has been a little buggy in the past. When I tried to stream Twitch, it was just nope, I'm not going to do that. And so we'll see. But this is take 2 because I recorded a vlog on this, and then it had no audio whatsoever. I was like, what? And so I played it back, and I did these test videos, and nothing was having any audio, and I brought it to Lim, and I was like, what is going on? And there's a mute option, but it was unmuted, and I double checked. What if I mute it? Okay, what if I unmute it? Not happening. Turns out, if you want this phone to record a video and do audio, you have to, it's not set by default. You have to go through the settings and find where it says microphone, and you have to select for the microphone to be on. Because they assume that, by default, you do not want the microphone to be on when you're recording videos. So that was fun. I need to sleep after this, so, maybe come down a little bit. But, so, I can't, say everything that I said in the first video because, it's magic. But I do want to mention a few things. So, yeah, the phone was a big thing, but I was really able to see a difference in how I handled it as compared to previous times when my phone starts going out. It's super anxiety ridden for me, and I was really happy to see that I handled it better than I have in the past. And it's like, okay, all that hard work is starting to pay off. It, progress with mental health, it's not a linear thing. It's not just like, for certain, like you're doing better now than you were last week, especially when there's so much going on. And so just to be able to have kind of like a milestone marker being like, hey, remember the 4 or 5 times in your recent past that a phone has died, and, and everything involved in that. And this is a much calmer approach. And so I'm really excited to note that progress. So, whew, yeah. And then, let's see, I just want to mention a few more things about my day, because like, I feel like these logs are an opportunity for me to, it's not just to log the day, but it's like, what are the things that I want to remember? What are the things that I really want to share? Like if you're a friend sitting across from me, like we're talking on the phone and I'm like, what do I want to share about like what's so exciting to me about today, or what was hard about today? And so like, okay, one of the things I did today, I did a lot of getting rid of stuff. And I'm starting to potentially turn into a minimalist. I kind of hesitate to say that because we still have a lot of stuff. Last year was just big expansion. I was ordering 8 items a day off of Amazon Vine every single day for months on end. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah. And that continued for quite some time. And then it was like, okay, here's a whole day where I didn't order anything off of Vine, but that was very rare. Usually it was at least like 3 things. And I'm like, look, I didn't max out on number of items I was allowed to order. So it was a lot of stuff coming in. And that was a great phase for me. I personally like having someone who like did very, very little shopping, and I agonized intensely over any purchase. It was so healing for me to get a lot of things and be able to experiment with what I liked and what I didn't like, just in the small things like in bath mats and dish drainers and, that kind of a thing. So I really appreciate the season of expansion. And now with having the kitchen fire, having the smoke damage, and needing to deal with all of our stuff, needing to have everything cleaned and everything sorted through, and it's a lot. And I'm going, what was I thinking? I don't want this much stuff. And not all of it is stuff I even planned to keep. Sometimes the second you open the box, you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted. But, I wasn't sure how, with taxes and everything, like how it worked to donate stuff and potentially get a deduction from that. And it's basically just, it's work to get rid of stuff in like a careful manner rather than just tossing it in the trash, especially if you're trying to keep track of it for tax purposes. So it just hadn't happened yet. And then when the fire happened, then I was like, I can't afford to, I just can't wait around. I can't be as careful with this as I want to be. I cannot log every individual thing. I wish I was that type of organized person. I am not. I just have to load up a pickup truck full of stuff to donate, take some pictures and video. Hopefully it's enough documentation for the IRS, and just go and get rid of it. And so I've been getting rid of, I would say like, since that pickup truck load, I've been getting rid of maybe like 5 to 12 items per day, and trying to just make it a daily practice to just like look around and, oh yeah, we don't need this. And anyway, what I wanted to share about today particularly is I think I'm really excited about my new system with our dishes. And sorry, I'm just trying to remind myself I have to sleep after this. It's okay to take a breath. Trying to learn these new practices where I actually feel. I have this habit of talking fast to try to outrun my feelings. And so it's okay to actually feel what I'm sharing. Okay. So, dishes is a big thing. We go through a lot of dishes because we make everything from scratch pretty much. And so we have a lot of dishes. We don't have a dishwasher. We have a countertop dishwasher that I got off of Amazon Vine, and we used to use it a ton. But since the fire, the dishwasher has been in the basement because our kitchen is currently being stripped down and everything. So I'm doing dishes 3 or 4 times a day. And I had this notion of, what if we only had enough dishes in circulation that are easy to do in one go? Then it would be impossible to get behind on dishes. And I've hesitated to do this in the past because our lives are to the point of chaotic. We're kind of living between like multiple different crises that overlap currently. And so sometimes you really like needing to wash a dish is the difference between eating or skipping a meal. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to do that. But what I have done today, and I'm so excited, is disposable dishes in the same place as the standard dishes. And so you have, say, like 2 plates in this one size, and then you have the disposable dishes right there. So if both plates are dirty, you have a choice. You can either wash a plate, or you can use a disposable one. And that way, we are limited in how far behind we can get. Because in the past, it's been like, okay, we want enough dishes to have like, be able to go like 3 days without doing dishes if we have to in a crisis. But then what happens is that you get to the other side of the crisis, or maybe you're not, and you're just 3 days into it, and you have this massive pile of dishes. And so I'm like, this way, you just can't get behind. It's impossible. And so I'm really excited about it. It might be a small thing to a lot of you guys, but for me, like, dishes are like, my free time is so limited that like, I'm not going to be spending as much time washing dishes, and that makes me happy. So anyway, it's just a small example of like today what feels like tangible progress in like, okay, the next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months, I am going to have more time because of something that I did today. And that really makes me feel accomplished. So I guess I'll just leave you with that. It's been a very interesting day. And I just feel like I did a big thing that is, I don't know, might be small to you guys, feels big to me because I did something that's going to last. It's not just like the treadmill of dishes and food and just trying to stay treading water. It's actually going in a direction. So if you've done anything similar, please feel free to share. I'll probably read it and respond because I love getting comments. So I'll just leave it out at that. Bye for now.